go back to The Matrix. I have reviews of Axiom Verge 2 and What If Episode 5. And let's watch the PlayStation Showcase live together. All that and the latest and everything cool today in The Rundown. Hey, welcome to The Rundown. My name is Victor Lucas, and I'm so glad you found me here in the Electric Playground. Today's episode is brought to you by Pinnacle, which is back and headed to the Vancouver Convention Center. It's hosted by the Gaming Stadium, along with partners Even Matchup Gaming, Gallant Gaming, and Vancouver Street Battle, and they're bringing you 3 days of non-stop gaming action. Pinnacle runs Friday, October 8th to Sunday, October 10th, and it's going to feature a $30,000 prize pool around some of the best in competitive gaming like Smash Bros. Ultimate, Street Fighter, and Guilty Gear. You can register today to compete or spectate at tgs.gg. All right, today is an auspicious day, lots of things to get into, and we've got a dedication, first of all, for THX7168. He says, might be too soon for a full game, but maybe we can hope for a DLC expansion of Astro's Playroom to be announced. And he's talking about the PlayStation Showcase, which we're going to stream live today. Thank you for joining me for that. I would love to see a new Astro's Playroom. Loved that as a kind of a demo piece of software for the PlayStation 5. More from that, yes please, I dig that very much. But you know what, we also have to give a special shout out to the Dreamcast today. It came out on 9/9/99. I took this picture with Peter Moore a few years ago to celebrate the Dreamcast, and what an incredible console. Let me know in the comments below the games that you love the most on the Sega Dreamcast. All right, let's get started talking about that new Matrix trailer. After a bunch of teases, Warner Brothers dropped the Matrix Resurrections trailer today, and boy, it is incredible. Of course, it takes us back to lots of imagery that we're familiar with from the very first Matrix movie, and we've got Carrie-Anne Moss and Keanu Reeves reprising their roles, or are they their roles? There's a tremendous amount of mystery and intrigue in this trailer, and I'm sure in the film as well. There's lots of correlations and echoes of things that we have seen before. Yahya Abdul-Mateen looks like he's playing a version of Morpheus, although he's obviously younger than Lawrence Fishburne. About the same age as Lawrence Fishburne was in the original Matrix movie, and he looks incredible. There's some fantastic little fight pieces that we get in there. We get to see some bullet time in action. We get to see Neo and Trinity on a bike being chased and shot at by all kinds of people. Also, Jessica Henwick, which was my favorite part of the Iron Fist show. She was phenomenal in that show. The only really redeeming thing about the Iron Fist show. She's in this new movie, and she's already a scene stealer. She's got bright blue hair and all kinds of kick-ass moves. She's electric on screen. I can't wait to see her in this movie. It looks like it's a return to form, and it looks like it's Keanu Reeves as Thomas Anderson and Neo trying to sift through his memories of the virtual and the real and kind of decipher exactly what's happening and what is really going on with him. There's also lots of imagery of the machines and people being, unplugged from the batteries and stuff. It's iconic imagery. I haven't seen The Matrix in a bunch of years, but there's a lot of stuff that flashes into my mind as I watch this. I hope the movie holds together. It looks like it's going to be a really, really well-made film. And it's Lana Wachowski that's bringing us the movie alone this time. The sisters didn't want to work together on this one. Lily Wachowski wanted a break from filmmaking. So it's going to be interesting to see how Lana handles all of the cake baking to make this thing really, really fantastic. It looks good though, man. I'm super hyped for this. It comes out on December 22nd. It's going to be in theaters, and it's going to premiere day and date on HBO Max in the US. No word about what kind of streaming options we're going to get here in Canada. Let me know what you think of the Matrix Resurrections trailer, and are you excited to see this new Matrix movie? All right, now let's shift over to my review of Axiom Verge 2. My Nintendo Switch has been getting quite warm as I've been spending many hours in Axiom Verge 2 from Thomas Happ, and I have really been impressed with the myth building and the story building. This is a game that kind of takes place concurrently with the events that unfolded in Axiom Verge 1, so you don't really have to play Axiom Verge 1 to get the most out of Axiom Verge 2. I will say, though, right off the top that I prefer Axiom Verge 1 to Axiom Verge 2, and it's not because of the ambition in Axiom Verge 2, or the cool locations that we go to, or the great kind of power-up ramping that Thomas Happ has put into the gameplay, because you do get incredible abilities, and it is super mysterious, and you are interested in the different people that you encounter, and the computer screens that you interact with, and these ancient, objects that you come across, and these devastated tanks and other objects, and all of these funky robotic enemies that you encounter along the way. Also some biological enemies that you encounter along the way. My main concern with Axiom Verge 2, and I might as well get this out of the way, is that so much of the conflict in the game is meant to be sort of up close and personal. It's an emphasis on melee type combat. You play as a couple of different characters. You play as a woman named Indra who travels to Antarctica, and you encounter kind of the ruins and the echoes of a mysterious new world that you start to explore. And along the way, you also accumulate the power to send out a little drone that you also can control, and you can actually flip between Indra and the little drone, and the drone picks up all kinds of mechanics. But Indra has a pickaxe that she does most of her combat with. There's other abilities as well. And the little drone has like a glaive on a yo-yo string. And the little drone has to do quite a bit of stuff in the game. It's a little bit like the Morph Ball in the Metroid series, but there's new abilities like Spider-Man grapples and things like that. You also get some new traversal elements as you progress, for both characters. And it's an interesting kind of reliance on both characters that I actually really like, but I just did not find the combat satisfying. I felt like there was a lot of cheap deaths in the game. I felt like the drone was incredibly wimpy, and I was constantly coming up against tougher enemies that were taking me out with a couple of swipes. I would get knocked out by steam, and then I'd have to travel back to a save point and make my way all the way along. And so that wasn't a satisfying loop, even as I spent the skill points to become more powerful. But I also found that it was just a lot of going crisscross around the whole map, looking for the one little area that the new power-up or the new ability would allow me to enter. And that can be a big pain in the ass in a lot of Metroidvania-type experiences. But I don't know, this one just felt a little bit frustrating. Obviously, as you progress deeper into the game, you're going to find some new ways to traverse quicker around the map, and new areas keep opening up for you. And as you get past the 10, 12-hour mark, things become a lot more interesting in this game for sure. But I did encounter a lot more frustration. Coupled with that is there's this beautiful artistry, lots of great, scrolling backgrounds and lots of incredible little details everywhere, and this really cool new music score that's out there, which has kind of, Middle Eastern type flavors. It honestly reminded me a little bit of what Bear McCreary did with the Battlestar Galactica soundtrack, and I don't know if that was an influence or not for Thomas, but there were times when I was getting frustrated with the game, and the music was blaring at me, and the female vocalist was just singing out her lines. Kind of chant-like, and it was just grating on me. I think that there is, fantastic bones here. There's a lot of great rewards if you stick with it for sure. I love that this is an enhancement of the Axiom Verge lore in general. I do want Thomas Happ to continue with these games. I can't deny that I came away underwhelmed with this game. I didn't hate it. I think what happened is my expectations were up here, and the game is about here, and I think mileage is going to vary with this one as well. If you are just hardcore, die-in-the-wool, just love Axiom Verge, you're going to want more of this mythology and more of this world building, and this game definitely supplies that. But yeah, I had a lot of reservations. I'm going to give Axiom Verge 2 a 7 out of 10. Hey guys, so I just watched the 5th episode of Season 1 of What If, and it was a total mind trip of an episode. This was the big reveal of Marvel Zombies in animated form, and it didn't disappoint. It was definitely a much more action-packed episode than the previous 4 episodes that we have seen so far, and there were a lot of different Avengers scattered throughout this experience. So we heard from Sebastian Stan and Evangeline Lilly and Mark Ruffalo, and there were some sound-alikes for Captain America and Spider-Man and stuff. Everybody did a great job, though, and it was really cool to sort of bring the band back together and have like a mini Avengers movie that takes place between Infinity War and Endgame, and there's some sequences sequences in this episode which are a twisted mirror reflection on stuff that we know from the MCU films, just like every previous What If episode. And I think what we're feeling with these first episodes in this first season of the show are some of the restraints that the filmmakers have as they're putting these episodes together. They have to adhere to what is already a little bit familiar, partially, I think, because of the actual time allotment per each episode. They're all around 30 minutes long, and there's a ton of plot and a ton of big moments that are just sandwiched in there. And they would be way too fast if we didn't have the memories of the MCU live-action movies to kind of draw on. And in this episode, it's the end of the world, even though Hulk plummets to Earth and he's trying to save everybody and warn everybody that Thanos is coming. But it's too late. The world is destroyed and everybody's been turned into zombies. And the way that they explain the zombie apocalypse is really cool. Ant-Man and the Wasp and their mythology plays a big part in that story. And the way that they shift the camera and the perspective to each of the different characters is really damn cool. Great moments for Paul Rudd, great moments for Mark Ruffalo, some really good comedic takes there. I thought that the sound-alike for Tom Holland's Spider-Man did a really good job kind of conveying that upbeat kind of vibe that we are so familiar with out of Tom Holland. And there's even this really kind of touching sequence where Evangeline Lilly's Wasp has to say to Spider-Man to keep smiling, which I thought was really nice. And there is a hopeful streak that permeates throughout this episode, but it's also incredibly bleak, and you see a lot of your favorite heroes. They're already dead, they've already been turned into zombies, or our remaining human Avengers have to take care of them in some pretty unsettling ways. Characters cut in half and heads being lopped off. And it's not gory, it's not super bloody. I mean, these are kind of T-rated zombies. But it's effective storytelling, and it's creepy, and it's so well animated. I mean, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous show. All of these episodes have just been gorgeous, and I love that there's this kind of adherence to what we see in the live-action format for the Marvel Universe, and the comic book kind of vibe as well. And there's some, touches of some of the Saturday morning stuff that we've seen, but it's all obviously much more expensive and much more finely detailed and fine-tuned. You're never, missing frames of animation with this. It's almost rotoscoped in some ways, but it's not a one-to-one recreation of these actors' faces. There's a little bit of interpretation and a little bit of the show claiming ownership on the characters rather than just making the actors, which I think is a smart move. And it also, this show in general just leaves so many doors open and so many possibilities. Again, we have a cameo from Chadwick Boseman in here, which is particularly heartbreaking. And I have to tell you, like watching any dystopian stuff or playing dystopian video games when there is so much, end of the world kind of turmoil happening in reality is surreal. It just is a surreal thing. And I think it adds a little bit of emotional weight to this episode. It does go by too quickly. 30 minutes is just too fast to pack in all of these story beats. But that's really my only complaint with this episode. I was really entertained. There are definitely some big oh my god moments and oh wow, those are incredible effects and what a great story idea, and some weird twisted moments as well. I also love the way that Jeffrey Wright's Watcher is watching everything, the way that they animate that, the way that they make him this giant, overbearing, omniscient being sort of looking down at the foolishness of this crazy Earth trying to keep their crap together, and whether the Watcher is going to ever intervene. It's fascinating. I am in love with this show. I think it's phenomenal, and I think it sort of is exactly what the show was set out to be, kind of like the Twilight Zone in the Marvel Universe. I can't wait to see what's going to happen every week. I'm loving these surprises. And I think this is a series that's going to run for a long, long time. I would love to hear what you guys think, though. Are you fans of what Marvel is doing with the What If show? Let me know in the comments below. In terms of a score for episode 5, I think that this is sort of in the middle for me. I really loved it, but it's not sort of hitting the highs of my favorite episode so far, which is the first one, the Captain Carter show. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Hello, my friends. Okay, good. Yes, we're here. It's happening. Okay, we are live. Thank you for watching the rundown. I had a bunch of news to kind of collect for you guys. I was scrambling, trying to edit it all together. I just want to check, make sure that the video of the press conference is in there. Let's see. Yes. Okay, good. All right, cool. And I've checked the audio, and we should be good to go. All right, so welcome, everybody. Tyler Fisher. And welcome, Alpha Cat. Tyler Fisher says, I feel like a bad EP peep. Have hardly partaken in streams or content of late. My bad. Hey, listen, we're all busy, and I get it. I'm glad you're here right now, and I'm glad that you guys can, follow me around on my adventures on YouTube and Twitch. I've been busy. I am really, really freaking busy trying to keep up with all the stuff that's hitting me. And I wanted to actually, how you doing, Dramega? Good to see you, Nick Seabright, Alpha Cat. Thank you for being here. Ben Krush, Goku, love you, buddy. I wanted to, because I've been thinking about this, I love doing the rundowns, but man, they take a lot of time, right? And I have got so many games on the pile right now that I have to review, and you guys want my thoughts on a bunch of this stuff, and I want to deliver them. I also want to stream more. I want to do it all, but I can't do it all. So I'm thinking that I'm probably going to carve down the rundowns a little bit. Maybe I'm going to do one kind of wrap-up rundown video a week for the next little while I try to catch up and play some stuff and do some live streams, but most importantly, review these games that I keep getting sent to review. It's the Game Avalanche. That's the season that I always call this time of year. It's when all the game companies have been working their butts off to get us stuff, and we've been talking about all these games for so long, and we're still in hype mode about what's coming out in the future. That's what this stream is about today. But there are games out, coming up very soon. I've got a hands-on opportunity with something I'm super excited about that's coming out in October next week, which I'll come back and talk to you guys about. But I think I got 5 or 6 codes today of new games that I've been dying to play. So long story short, I'm going to scale back the rundowns a little bit. I think I'm going to edit one cool rundown a week, and then that gives me time to play and stream and do some other fun things around all the stuff. Does that sound reasonable? And then as the game releases slow down a little bit, I'll scale back up with the amount of rundowns that I can do. Is that good? Yo! Yes, best place to watch the PlayStation Showcase. That's RenQX. Thank you so much. An idea, interview Luke Stevens. Who's Luke Stevens? I don't know that name off the top of my head, Tyler Fisher. He does an amazing Ultimate Critique series on YouTube. Okay, cool. Les Vic. No, it's not going to be less me. It's just me shifting my focus on other things, reviews and streams, and just slightly less rundowns for a little while. Does that sound okay? I mean, I would love to be able to do it every day, but then I'd never be able to play anything, and that's half my job is to play this stuff. If I had to choose David Jaffe's stream and Victor Lucas, and of course you win, Tiago Santos. Oh my God! Well, I love David Jaffe. I got to get him back in the basement again. Guy is great. Same Vic, yay! VR Grid, you rock. What's up, Spidey82? Good to see you guys. Goku Hudson Thames voiced Peter Spider-Man in the new What If episode, and he sounded just like Tom Holland. He did a great job. Did you guys watch episode 5 of What If? I mean, God. I'm trying to get AC Bradley back in the basement for a nice long conversation with her, because we kind of hit it off when we met briefly at the junket just before the show launched. She liked my action figures, and I want to have a deeper convo with her because my hat's off to her and all of the creative people behind the show. It's just amazing. It's a gift every week. Again, Disney Plus has been crushing it. Ben Krush has yet to check it out. Raiders has got a big happy face with 2 thumbs up or something. That looks super cute. And Ethan Jory hasn't watched it yet. You got to watch it, my friend. It's amazing. Fenton Reed Smith says, hello from Melbourne, Australia. The internet is an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. Hello. Thank you for being here. That's amazing. Nick Seabright, holy moly, I almost forgot this was a 1 p.m. Thank God Vic is on it. Yeah, I know, right? It's like bam, bam, bam. It's the season. And then, of course, the rumors of the... I didn't put it in the rundown because Nintendo zagged with the OLED, and who knows if this is going to happen. But everybody's talking about Game Boy on Switch. It would be perfect if it was Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance launching just in time for the Switch OLED. Because I've been thinking about that Switch OLED. Until we get the Steam Decks, This is the best, and even the Steam Deck is not really going to fit the bill because it's a PC. But this is going to be the best handheld console, the OLED. Even though we wanted more, the OLED, as it stands, is going to be the best, portable console ever made because of the library on the Switch and the new, visual fidelity of that OLED screen and some of the other, tweaks that they've done to the Switch. So imagine if coupled with that, Nintendo over the next several days says, you know what, we're also going to throw in the Game Boy games and give us a nice swack of good ones. That's the secret, though. They got to pick some good ones. Let's see. Who else is here? We got Hip Hop Dad is in the house. Game Avalanche sounds like it would be easy, but it's probably harder than it sounds. Well, you know what? It's crazy fun. And there's nothing that I like better than carving out time in the day. Because at night, I'm playing all the time, too, right? When my kid goes to bed and if we're not watching a movie or going out for a walk or something, I'm generally in front of the television, either watching something to talk about or playing something to talk about, and that's pretty consistent. But if and I have to do this, right? I have to carve out time in the day to get hours and hours and hours into stuff. I did that the other day with Axiom Verge. I was thinking about shooting that as yesterday's rundown, but I wanted more time, and I love having that time during the day. It feels like, it's the job, but it feels like a great escape into the content. And it's so important, and it helps me, put my thoughts together and in a much better way. All right, it's 1 o'clock. Let's go. And we'll put the audio on. And we are here. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Matthew Winstone, we need the reverse of the Switch OLED. Need a version of the original Game Boy screen. That would be hilarious. That would be so cool. Vic Lucas is the best in the biz. What's your number one hope to see today? Oh, God, that's a great question, EDH. I know we're going to see God of War. What do I want to see? That Metal Gear Solid remake will make me jump up in my chair. Slowly, though, because I don't want to put my back out. I would love to see that, and I would love to see, if my prophecy of a Tom Holland Uncharted game comes true, that was in the other rundown that we just did the other day, there'll be some self-back pats over here. But I would be crazy excited about that game, and I would love to play that game. And Spider-Man 2, yes. Kenna Bridge of Spirits is imminent, Robert. I don't think we're going to be seeing more of that. I think we're going to be playing that. This is supposed to start now. Here it is. Here we go. Let me know how the audio mix is, and I will ride the mute button in case there's licensed music, okay? Tom Holland Uncharted game would feel weird. Yes, I know, but also good. Good. All right. Spider-Man. Right? What the heck is this? Chess in VR. Oh, wait, I gotta turn this music off. I do love me some New Order, though. Battle chess. Don't attempt this. Trained professionals, everybody. What is happening? This is a weird intro. Saints Row. It looks like Free Guy in a way. And, Zoolander. It looks like a cross between Freelander and Zoolander. Or a Free Guy and Zoolander. Gas, shower. There we go. Let's light it up. Is this Saints Row? Didn't it say footage captured on the Game Boy or on the PlayStation 5? What the heck is this? Ryan Reynolds is going to pop out here any second. Is it battle chess? Navin is really hoping that we get some Taylor Swift. What the heck is this game? I have no... Oh, it's about PlayStation? Play. Okay. Yeah, that was like Free Guy, man. That was weird. All right. Cool music, though. That was in-game footage. All right, let me know how the balance is on the audio, you guys.
I'm Jim Ryan, President and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, and welcome to the PlayStation Showcase. At PlayStation, we believe in pushing boundaries and setting the benchmark
that was weird,
for
right,
creativity
VR Grid?
and excellence in entertainment. We always love the opportunity to speak directly with our community. The new technology in PS5
it was all
enables
licensed music,
development
Swole
teams
Viking.
to build more exciting, immersive, and compelling worlds, showcasing
And the audio
their
is perfect.
creative vision
Oasis
as
Beyond, thank you.
storytellers. We've never been more grateful for the PlayStation
If there's
community.
licensed music, I will hit that mute
So
button
thank
because
you
I just
for
don't want
allowing
the
us
flags.
time to share some significant updates and brand new content. So without further ado, let's look at some new
The stream's a
and
bit
amazing
loud.
games.
Okay. Thank you, Ben Krush. I can, you know, I don't have a mixing board in front of me, but I can ride the levels a little bit. Ooh, okay, I wasn't expecting. Oh, it's a remake.
Peace is a lie. That is what the Sith believe. They promise power.
What is this?
Now they wield it. We face the greatest Sith in generations.
Oh, there it is. That's pretty rad. Wow. Okay, can you show us a little bit of this? I mean, that's a big expectation, right? I mean, that was a beautiful game for its time, but that is a very old game, and this is for the PlayStation 5, remade, but we don't get to see any of it. Okay. But excited as hell. Nice! That was a nice, shocking taste. We knew it was coming, though. What is this? Looks like a platinum game. Okay. Wow. We're in space? That's freaking cool. Whoa. What is this game? I like the surprise. It's nice to be surprised. Oh my god, that thing, that eyeball had eyeballs on its eyeball. That's disgusting.
하늘에 계신 어머니시여, 저희는 지구를 지키지 못했습니다. 적들을 물리치고 인류를 구원하려는 신성한 의무를 다하지 못하였습니다. 하지만 이제 저희가 다시 내려와 남은 목숨 끝까지 바쳐 싸울 것을 맹세하오니 부디 저희의 죄를 사하여 주시고 저희를 거두어 주시고 저희를 유혹에 빠지지 않게 하소서. 지하 시설, 방공호 같은 건가?
여긴 지하철역이야. 사람들을 태우고 거미줄처럼 도시를 누비던 교통수단이지.
This looks cool.
다 지난 얘기지만
I don't know what this game is, but it looks cool. Anybody know? It looks like a Sony Bayonetta game. It does look like a Bayonetta experience. That's why I said kind of platinum. I mean, they're pouring a little Devil May Cry and Resident Evil and Bayonetta. It's all good. It's wearing its influences on its sleeve. This looks fun, man. Wow. I mean, there's impressive effects and visuals in this. Returnal 2. No, I don't think so, Marco. Oh, that was one weird-looking creature. Oh, had a chainsaw head. I'm gonna turn the music off. They don't always get all the rights approved for streaming these things, which is really annoying. If you don't know, we don't. Raiders 7528. Yeah, I don't know. But this looks like a lot of games we've played before, but shinier. Complete with shiny pants. It's so slick. I like the boss creations and the monster creations. This looks like a lot of fun. Bootleg Bible 81 says the same thing. Digging it so far. This is called Project Eve. It's a new Project Eve. Oh my god. I mean, I know I played the original Project Eve. I can't remember a damn thing about it. Wasn't that a Capcom game? Vic's like, where are the lightsabers? I'm always looking for lightsabers. Lightsabers, jetpacks, and grappling hooks should be a part of every game. Oh, I missed the title. Was there a title on this one?
The Dragon Lord has returned!
Fools! Your party of heroes can't stop me.
Who's ready to rickety roleplay?
Oh, okay.
It's you, baby.
Riding the music, just in case. I don't think this was probably approved. But just in case. So it's like a fantasy-themed version of Borderlands. Yeah. All right, all right. I'm popping the music back on. I just hope this stuff has been approved for streaming. Last Borderlands was familiar, wasn't it, Ben Crush? It didn't knock my socks off. It's pretty. It was missing something.
I'm in.
You ready, newbie?
Time for character sheets, baby!
Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I mean, it looks very Borderlandsy.
No end credit scene here. This ain't no super duper hero movie.
She's charming though. I like her. Baby Metal, kind of big. LOL. Meme the game. Big Zone podcast. Yeah, it's working, isn't it? It's working hard. Tyler Fisher likes surprises. We all like the surprises, right? Here we go. I don't know if we need VR for Borderlands VR Grid.
I'll let you in on a secret, but I'm a pretty big deal. Real big deal.
Now, what's this?
We are getting out of the city, Homer. I promise we'll go somewhere that loves cats.
It's a pretty good cat. Cats are a tough thing to do in games. Have you guys noticed
More
that?
fights. Clean air. Bright skies.
Is this Infamous? Oh no, this was the Square Enix teased this last year. We got a little taste of this. I did check out Borderlands 2 in VR. I got a little upset in my tum-tum when I played it, but it was cool.
Wait, stop!
Whoa.
What was this called again? I can't remember the name of this.
Where on earth is this?
But they had the actor on last. I think it was at the last showcase in 2020.
Technically not Earth. Well, not what you would call Earth, anyway.
I swear to God, asshole, show yourself!
Show myself. I've shown.
Where are you?
Right here at the
Is
end
it
of
Stephen
your
Merchant?
arm. Oh, hello. Yes.
Okay, so let me get this straight. I'm somewhere that's not what I would call Earth. I'm seeing freaking dragons, and oh yeah, I'm talking to a cop. Did I just do that?
We did.
I just moved it with my freaking mind! Yeah, okay, that is something I do now. I do magic, kill jacked up beasts, I'll probably fly next.
No, you're just being ridiculous.
Oh, that's too far. Good to know there's a line.
So a magical superhero in a fantasy world that's from Earth.
Our land suffers. You are the only hope
Sounds
we
good to me.
have. Special.
Sounded like Stephen Merchant, right?
You're the one who's planning on facing off with Sylar. Tanta Sylar is the strongest and most formidable of all the Tantas. You will be doing our land a great service by killing her.
This looks fun. Forspoken, right? What do you guys think between Forspoken and Parasite Eve?
No name for a demon. I am the one you seek. The one and only Tanta Sylar.
They're kind of similar in some ways, aren't they? And they're not far from each other in this presentation. I think I like Parasite Eve a little bit more.
For decades, Team Rainbow
But that does
has been
look
the
cool.
shield against the worst
Forspoken.
global threats imaginable. Hostage situations,
All right, what's
biological
this?
weapons, the threat of nuclear war. But now, we face the greatest terror our world has ever known. If we want a shot at tomorrow,
Game
we will
Sheriff.
move as one.
Poor Tom
We will
Clancy's
think
name.
as one. We will do whatever it takes. As one.
I feel like we've seen this trailer before.
Together, we enter the unknown. Together, we fight for our future.
Lose that
No
apple.
one will be left behind.
What are you doing? Sorry, guys. Apple's telling me this is using memory. Of course it's using memory. All right. There we go. I don't know. What do you guys think? Psyched about Rainbow Six Extraction? I mean, it feels so removed from what Rainbow Six is at its core. I mean, it's probably fun. They've had time to tweak things. I sleep, Ethan Joy says. Okay, got very quiet. Here we go. So is this the remake? Must be.
Whatever you do, don't go out in the dark. Stay in the light.
The Deerfest guests
Remake.
have already started to arrive. Just ran into one on the ferry. A famous artist, no less.
Alice? Alice?
On
My wife,
PlayStation for
Alice,
the
she's
first
missing.
time.
Calm down, Mr. Wick.
Last night I woke up to a nightmare. I was missing a week. What had happened to me? I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it. With it, I could save myself. I could save Alice.
This looks really good.
Carl Stucky. Pleased to meet you.
My name is Alan Wake.
We need a Control sequel. Yes, we do, Matthew Winstone. This looks exciting, though. I definitely want to play this. So it's remastered. It's not remade. Oh, my God. It's out in a month, too. It's incredible. Tyler Fisher's going to platinum GTA 5 for the third time. Okay, now what's this one? So far, pretty good show, right? Some pretty interesting games that they've showed off. A couple surprises. Oh, my God. Oh, this is the, Shinji Mikami. This looks great.
What's that?
This should be out soon. This looks terrifying. Total Slender Man. Ghost Sprite, yeah. Looks amazing, Matthew DeForge says.
Critical work.
This looks fantastic.
People always decry.
What a great idea to, you know, make a horror game in the middle of beautiful neon Tokyo.
Still your fear. I
This
will
looks
be
incredible.
her salvation.
Wow.
The time is nigh. The
Oh,
world
very
rests
excited
on the
for this game.
precipice of transformation.
That is nightmare fuel, that dude. I worry about Mikami-san sometimes.
A new
How does he
age will
keep coming up
dawn.
with these terrors? What does he tap into? Ghostwire. Oh, that looks so good. Ghostwire Tokyo. All right. No VR. Terrible show, VR Grid. Here we go! It's either Spider-Man and Avengers. Oh, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. Actually, it could be several things.
Guardians of the Galaxy. You came here seeking truth.
I'm very excited about this game.
Rejoice. The matriarch wishes to share it with you. United in the light of belief, all suffering, all grief will end. Oh! Ah! Ah! What's wrong with you?
Oh, I think... Yeah, I think I'm having a heart attack.
Cease this at once.
Fine. Cosmo!
They're throwing in music. I don't know if it's going to flag me. This is Star-Lord. Yeah, they didn't go with the movie look on anybody.
That makes two of
All
us.
right, here we go. Oh, I think this must have been created for the thing.
by rejecting.
All right, I'm gonna turn it down though, just in case. So we, I just don't know about the music. I love that we can fly. What's the ship name again? I think that's great. We're gonna be able to fly around, which is gonna be cool. The actor's salary would take up the whole budget. What's a YouTube? I think, you know, it's like with What If as well. Like, Marvel needs to not just be the actors as these characters, because they're going to move on. And the characters aren't. Milano. Right on. Yes, that's right, Matthew Winstone. Glad that we can fly around in the Milano. Is this... There's a couple... I think there's 3 different vampire games that are coming up. I think this is the Battle Royale one. Which is based on Vampire Masquerade. And then there's Redfall. Ethan Joy sleeping on Guardians. I mean, they're great characters, great Marvel Universe, you know, planet hopping. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, it's Blood Hunt. So there's, that Vampire Masquerade Blood Hunt. I don't know if this is, this was like the 4-player co-op Left 4 Dead type thing with vampires. There's 2 of them though, because Redfall's kind of like that as well. It's a little confusing. A lot of vampire stuff happening right now.
Perfect you. Your health, your enlightenment, your
Is this Deathloop?
passion. Not just freedom, we offer
Good to see you, Luis Arias.
Your esteemed visionaries believe the only thing missing from
This is out like this is coming out very soon. Why is this in the show?
Geniuses who painted up a prison and named it freedom. Locked us all in one repeating day. Their eternity. An endless party that you can never leave.
I am a storm.
No, I don't know if this is.
Round and round we shall go.
Place is supposed to be unforgettable.
I don't know. We've seen so much Deathloop by this point, right? Like, I'm excited to play the game. I mean, it looks like a lot of fun. And the game's out, like, I think it's this month. This is a bit weird to put this so deep into the... Like we only have 10 minutes left. All right.
What the hell notes anymore? Who am I?
Colt, I want you to remember. I want you to remember why you came here.
It's like next week. What's a YouTube? Is that trailer loop? Louis Arias. Corey Nolan says this is the reason he wants a PS5. I mean, I love the Arcane Leon studio. I think this game is going to be a blast. I can't wait to dive in, and I will be diving in very soon. But yeah, we've seen a lot of Deathloop, and I don't think that this should be in the trailer in the showcase today. Randy's here. Good to see you. A lot of devs have been working very hard on all of these games. Absolutely, Tyler. And I think the thing is, it's a new IP, and they need to kind of... I mean, I understand, but I feel like maybe that should have been one of the starting trailers. We're deep into it now, and we're getting closer to God of War for sure. So what is this? We got to be getting some God of War. Oh, damn. Oh, it's so cool. We got Radiohead in here. I'm sorry I can't play the music, guys. Just don't want the flags. Is this Abandoned Ben Krush? Oh. How cool is this? That's a great idea. Okay, so a Radiohead Exhibition. I think they're probably pretty cool over at Radiohead, actually. I think they probably don't flag, but who knows? I love Radiohead. Saw them in the rain once in Vancouver at an outdoor concert, and they were great. Okay, what is this now? This looks beautiful. PlayStation Animal Crossing? Ooh. And Animal Crossing did sell 30 million units. It's not a bad business decision to go after, you know, that accessible, charming, cute kind of space, no matter what your machine is. This looks great. Imagine if this was Far Cry. That's beautiful. Helping out the crab. I love it. Playmobil, the game. I don't even know how to pronounce what we just saw there. What was it? It was like T-C-H-I-A? Chia? It's great. Here's the wrapping paper for the PlayStation 5 that most people can't buy yet. Okay, here we go.
The biggest pirate treasure
of
all time is within our grasp.
All right. So they're bringing...
The Tusk of Ganesh?
Okay, it's not convert. They're not remaking it. They're just going to run at 60 frames per second or something, or remastered for PS5. Okay, and PC. Holy crap!
Last I checked, we're all a bunch of thieves.
Whoa, that's a big reveal. Uncharted on PC.
Hang on!
Whoa!
Oh crap!
Everyone obsessed with this treasure gets what they deserve.
I really want to play this again. Somebody asked me on Twitter the other day what my favorite video game soundtrack is. This is near the top. Uncharted music is just superb. I love Battlefield and Metal Gear. Lots of JRPG type music as well. Zelda. But I don't know, there's something so anthemic around Uncharted. I just love it.
I'm Herman Hulst, head of PlayStation Studios. PlayStation Studios, at its heart, is a diverse and passionate group of storytellers at our collective of AAA studios all across the globe. Everything we do is driven and inspired by storytelling. As creators, PlayStation 5 gives us the opportunity to push the boundaries of storytelling even further. Our world-class development teams at PlayStation Studios have already delivered such incredible gaming experiences for PS5, and we're only just getting started. As you'll see today with the lineup of exclusive games coming for PlayStation Studios, we're going to continue to drive innovation, advance gaming, while always embracing the legacy of PlayStation and creating games that matter. Games that you're not going to find anywhere else. Enjoy.
Okay, here we go. Didn't want to hear from Herman. What's a YouTube? What is this? Here we go. I gotta mute it. Sorry, Raiders. This is Wolverine. Are they making a Wolverine game? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh shit. Oh my God. Oh yes. Woo. Oh my God, that's fantastic. Oh, I'm freaking out about a Wolverine game from Insomniac. Oh my God. Whoa. That is so dope. What are they going to do with that? Oh my God, I'm sorry for yelling. I'm very excited. I mean, that... Holy shit, I can't believe it. That's... Whew. It's Swole Viking. It is always the music that always gives us the copyright stuff. Always. I can't believe it. That's so good. Ethan Jory, we need to see more than a CG teaser, but Insomniac working on a Wolverine game? Oh my God. And it looked bloody and violent. I think that's what they're showing off, right? They showed the wounds. They showed dead bodies everywhere. Look at this gorgeous game. Holy mackerel. So stoked. Oh my God. I mean, is Insomniac building their Avengers? Is that what they're doing, piece by piece? Because that would be the smartest thing in the world for Marvel to be doing. Assembling these characters one by one, just like Marvel Studios did. I mean, could you imagine a Captain America game from Insomniac? Oh my God, the mind is reeling. Woo! Yeah, the previous, the super violent Wolverine game was a blast. It was so fun. But, I mean, next level, man. This is going to be crazy on the PlayStation 5. I'm honestly shocked that we didn't get Spider-Man stuff. I mean, hopefully they've got Spider-Man and Wolverine going at the same time. You can tell that I am a little less interested in Gran Turismo. Like, this is great for every car fanatic out there, but I feel, you know, like, it looks great. It looks like you're really driving, but I feel like I've been saying that for 5 PlayStations. I mean, it's beautiful. You can get your driver's license again. People love this series. It's huge. A Marvel Wolverine developed by Insomniac? Come on! Oh my God! I've said it many times. That was the smartest, and it was good for Ted and his team to take the deal, but that was the smartest thing that Sony did. Smarter than any other acquisition they made. Insomniac has just been so dependable and reliable and creative and well-managed, and the people are happy there. Since day one, they've just been awesome. And now they're going to be... They're going to ride the whole world is going to know about them and about video games because of Insomniac and their relationship with Marvel.
As long as
Insomniac,
I can remember,
or Infamous.
I have looked for an equal.
Yes, come on.
One who could push me.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Awesome!
One who could surprise
Both of us! Oh yes! Oh my God!
One who could even.
Holy crap! It's my birthday!
Yet all I found is disappointment.
Wow. This is great. And we're gonna have Kraven the Hunter out here now.
Finally give me what I desire.
I'm so freaking happy. So what is this gonna be now? Is this Spider-Man? There's Venom. Sinister Six. Oh, well, they kind of did it with the other one, Spider-Man 2. Okay, so we have both Spider-Mans 2023. Okay, that answers that. I expected it to be next year. I will wait. When does Wolverine come out? What a showcase! Oh, that was great. Yeah, Andrew Jones. We got 2 Spider-Man in the Spider-Man universe. That's so good. Now, are they going to kill Peter Parker in the second game? Because that's what happened in the books, in some of the books. Okay, here we go. Heart's racing. This was a good day. Sony's leading, man. These are exhilarating. This is like the Matrix trailer. This is at that level.
Time is running out.
Wow.
The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok. War is coming. My story doesn't end hiding in these woods. I should be out there, finding out who I am, who Loki is.
I will not allow you to pick a fight with gods.
I don't want to fight anymore. I just want answers.
And if those answers lead to war with Asgard,
Maybe that's what Mother wanted.
we do not know what Mother wanted.
Well, I recognize that dour expression anywhere. Odin's got tricks up his sleeve we haven't dared
They've been
to
busy.
consider.
What if there
Oh
was someone who
my.
could help us?
You mean Tyr, the old god of war in these lands.
Wow.
Who is dead.
It's going to be even harder to get a PlayStation 5 after
Odin
today.
seemed pretty
Oh my
keen on
god.
seeing he wasn't found.
Look at the detail.
He's out there.
Holy crap.
We gotta find him.
Come in. What in all yarn speed that happened to him?
We're trying to stop Ragnarok, to help people. And
Okay, I
what
want to
if the
see
only way
something
to do
that...
is war?
There's a lot of echoes to what we saw in the first game, which is sublime. But I want to see something that we've never seen ever in
Stop
God of
thinking
War.
like a father for a moment and start thinking like a general. No!
You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you a calm and reasonable person?
Thor?
In moments of crisis,
So wait a second here. Sony owns Wolverine in game form?
let it serve you.
Why? I mean, it's awesome for PlayStation 5, but these characters should be on multiple platforms.
Are you coming with us?
Wow. That was cool.
You'll get your answers soon enough. Well, some of them.
All right. That was awesome. That looked incredible. Sony owns Insomniac, and they have the Marvel licensing for many popular brands, but Wolverine is owned by Disney. More updates. We have more updates? I think that was Thor. So, it is weird that they own Wolverine and Spider-Man. I feel... I'm excited as hell to play these games, but I don't know. I feel like they're such big... That's got to go down. I feel like that's so restrictive of these... Oh, wow. Of these incredible characters that the world knows in a bunch of different places. Anybody an IP lawyer in the chat? Well... More than likely, it's a dev exclusive contract. I mean, I suspect we're going to get Spider-Man on PC. Wolverine. Oh, my God. That's the biggest shock. That was totally out of the blue. Surprising. So cool. But it's weird, right? Like, these are Marvel characters that the world's seeing on big screens. We're going to get the live-action reveal of Wolverine soon. It's already weird that Spider-Man's only on PlayStation. What else are they showing? Okay.
Info and updates coming right now, and I'm in fact joined by no less than PlayStation Studios head Herman Hulst. Herman, really strong showing here from PlayStation Studios tonight, including an awesome new look at GT7 and finally a release date.
GT7 is coming in March, and I don't think fans are going to be disappointed with what Yamauchi-san and Polyphony have been working on. And what we're doing with GT7 is we're pulling from the entire history of the franchise, taking some of the best features into GT7. GT campaign, arcade missions, all that good stuff. And I got a chance to play, and it just looks and plays sensationally. The haptics, the vibrations, you feel the road, the pull and the weight of the different cars. I'll tell you, the one thing that I personally really liked is the braking variations through the adaptive triggers. That really kind of makes you feel like you're an incredible racer, and for me, that's great.
Great to hear that about GT7. I can't wait to play that. But I also really wanted to talk about Insomniac. I mean, this is a studio that is absolutely on fire.
Tell us about Insomniac and how they
year,
own
maybe 18 months with Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ratchet & Clank, A Rift Apart, and now two big reveals tonight in the form of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Marvel's Wolverine.
Unreal.
It's kind of a shock.
Yes.
You work really closely with Insom.
Sid's shocked, and he works at PlayStation.
What can you tell us about just why Insom gets so fired up about the Marvel Universe?
I mean, Sid, you said it, Insomniac are on fire. They've been just so productive. And I think the team in Insomniac, they're really always challenging themselves to raise the bar with their approach to storytelling and craftsmanship. And it's really evident in the consistently high quality of games that they've been delivering over the years. I think on top of that, they really prize collaboration amongst their team. And that collaboration that also extends to the way that they work with other PlayStation teams, but also their work with their great partners at Marvel. And that collaboration resulted in the amazing first two Marvel Spider-Man games. And I know that Insomniac are extremely excited to be further expanding the universe into Marvel Spider-Man 2 now. And they're also going to be raising the bar again, in terms of immersion, action, visual fidelity. I think Marvel Spider-Man 2 will be a spectacular showpiece for gaming. And they're also so thrilled to then bring gamers
I want David Hayter to
and a
voice.
suspenseful journey into Marvel's
I told
Wolverine.
Marvel Games that as well.
I
want David Hayter to voice
fans
Wolverine.
are really going to be in for a treat
amazing
over the next few years.
Very cool, very exciting times. And
what do you guys think of David
Hayter
Hayter as
tonight?
Wolverine?
We also got our first big look at God of War Ragnarok. Herman, what can you tell us about where Santa Monica Studio is going with
Good
this
to see you, Arian DeSante.
Like many of the fans, I'm personally really invested in the relationship between Kratos and Atreus. We got to see in the trailer that there's some real
John with a great comment. John Yomtov Jr. says Insomniac showing how comic book-based games should be done. Not only that, at the frequency that they should be done, with the announcements that should be made. I mean, we're getting comic book content, superhero content every week, in various forms. And
we're going to get an update on God of War Ragnarok
more games
from Santa Monica
and
Studio
more
here in
releases.
just a moment.
It's weird that we don't have a Shang-Chi. It's weird that we don't have a Black Panther.
Horizon Forbidden West. Now, we've learned that this one is coming out in February.
We got Guardians of the Galaxy.
I am sure that by this point you have played it. So what has jumped out to you? What can you tell us about the game?
I've had a chance to play the game on PS4 and PS5, and it looks great on both. For PS5, the level of detail on Aloy, her kit, her lighting, it's just exceptional. Even more amazing because the environments have so much going on too. From the ruins of San Francisco to those new underwater areas, everything just looks breathtaking. And it loads really fast because of the SSD. Plus, the combat in the game offers so much variety. It's all based on player choice. There's so many cool weapons and tools, and when you combine these together, that comes in really handy when you're dealing with the new machines. On PS5, the haptic feedback on the controller, I think it might
Hayter would
really
make a great Snake too.
To the
You should
experience,
give it a
when
shot.
you're firing arrows and
David Hayter would be
ammo.
good. Andrew Jones. David
the
Hayter
team at
sounds
Guerrilla,
good to
I know
me.
them so
Omega.
well. I'm
not really into
super proud of
superheroes or
them.
Marvel or
They're
anything, but the
something
game's still
incredibly
look
special.
interesting. They're so
I
fun
just
to
can't
play.
wait for
Andrew, I think
gamers to get the next
you know
chapter of
I've been
Aloy's
reading comics
adventure in
and
their
loving
hands.
these movies and
Thanks
these
for
things
the update,
forever.
Herman.
But I always
We're
feel
joined
like
now
video
by
games
Eric and Corey from Santa Monica Studio.
are all
And I wanted to check in
already
with
like
you
any
two
game you
on
play,
the big
you pick it
announcement
up,
we saw just a few
and it
minutes
feels
ago.
like
God of War
you are a
Ragnarok. We finally
superhero.
got
Doesn't
our
matter what.
first
So
big
I love that
look
they're
at it.
leaning into more superhero
And actually,
stuff
Eric,
like
I
that.
wanted to start with you.
All right, let's hear
You've
from
been
these guys.
involved with every single God of War, including 2018's God of War. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct, Sid. I've been with the studio since 2004 in many different capacities, working with both Santa Monica and Randy at Dawn on the God of War franchise.
Wow.
And I don't know why, but they thought it'd be a good idea to say, hey, do you want to direct this one? And so that's what I'm doing. I'm directing God of War Ragnarok, or as Corey likes to call it, never heard of it. So that's the update on that.
So Eric, why the shift in leadership on God of War Ragnarok?
It's always been a tradition here at Santa Monica to change the directors across the games. We've had really good
Corey
success
Nolan,
with that.
David Hayter voicing
Corey's been the
Wolverine. You
only
got my.
repeat
I think he would
director,
just be
and,
awesome.
rightfully so. He's pretty damn good at what he does. So that's kind of what it is.
Vic, where would you
The
recommend
important
getting
thing
into
for us is to
Batman
be able
graphic
to
novels?
Kind of get a fresh perspective
That's
each
such a
time.
big question.
But also, a fresh pair of legs in the sense that you're really
I-
exhausted at the end of finishing one of these things.
Yeah.
So you got to con somebody else into doing it, like him.
So
I
Eric,
love
what
the
aesthetics or themes.
I mean, there's so
sort of
many
resonate
great
with you as
ones,
a
but I
creator?
love the
I
run.
guess what I'm getting at
with
is
Neil
like,
Adams.
how do you see yourself leaving your fingerprints on God of War Ragnarok?
The illustrator,
the designer
artist.
in me wants to answer one way, but as a director,
Who
you have
was
to
he
answer a
working
different
with
way.
back then?
I think you have to learn
It's
how
70s
to jettison your
stuff
own
where Ron
profession when
Shaw
you
was
switch over to the director's
shown
role,
off,
which
and
I'm
it's
sure Corey
gritty,
can,
and it's like the
understand. I mean, he kinda animated
antithesis
a
to
little
the
bit on God of War
66
2,
Batman
and
stuff
again,
that
I had
was
to throw it all
happening.
out, except for that
It's like
sneaky
Batman got very
backflip that
real.
Kratos has never done again
And
that we left in.
It's going to be
That's
a
the
little
perk of
bit
being the
out of
director, I
time
guess.
right now, a little dated, but it was
you know,
pretty
from
incredible
my
stuff
point of view,
to
like,
grow up
we want to tell a
reading.
very
I would go to the comic
heartfelt
store
and
and
epic
buy
story
some old comics
as,
and
you know,
just
father
love
and
that
son
stuff. And I'm sure all of that
on a
stuff is
journey,
collected.
and they kind of
But then
struggle
there's
with
Killing
holding
Joke
on.
and
It's tough and
Arkham
letting go
Asylum
of
is a
things.
great one.
It's a
And
very difficult
work
kind of
your
human
way up
condition
to
that we all
Dark Knight
deal with.
Rises. I don't think
And,
that's the Frank
we kind
Miller
of want to arrive
Dark
at that
Knight
by
Rises
taking like
is a good one
slices of
to
life
start
or
with. Year one, though,
family,
is a very good one to
drama,
start with.
if you will, and kind of juxtapose that against
Neil
the
Adams is
Norse
awesome.
backdrop. And at the end, we just want to have an
Mark
ending that
Hamill
feels
as
very,
Wolverine would be cool.
surprising yet inevitable based on all those things. But it's kind of
he's done it
from the
before,
Midwest, so like slice of life.
I
very
want
common,
Hater, man. I
mundane
think
things that are just as interesting as
David
big
needs another
world
iconic
events, and
voice
so we
role,
try to
and
collide those
since
things together.
Snake got kind of co-opted
make an
away from
experience
him, I
that's very
think
worthy of the God of War name.
him coming back, he's
So with
Canadian
the game
as well.
officially
I think
being
he'd be
called
great
God
as,
of War
as
Ragnarok,
Logan.
I guess it doesn't take a genius to think that perhaps Ragnarok factors into
Give
this
us a
game in
God of
some
War
manner.
release
Can you
date. I think
confirm
it's
that,
November
Eric?
2022.
Yeah, I mean, you can't call the game God of War Ragnarok and not have Ragnarok happen in the game. So, it's going to happen. We're going to cap off the Norse series with it. And I think Chris Judge said it best in the announced trailer last year. Prepare yourselves.
The last game ended with a teaser of sorts for Thor. And I just got to know, was that Thor's voice we heard in the trailer just a few minutes ago?
That was definitely Thor's voice that we heard in the trailer. Thor is being played by Ryan Hurst.
Cool.
But you might know him from Sons of Anarchy. He played Opie, one of my favorite characters ever.
Oh, right on.
And we're just delighted to have him come play in the God of War sandbox. And his take on Thor and our take visually on Thor is very different than the hunky Australian you might know. He's much closer to the Norse mythology version. He's this big, burly, almost hedonistic man-child, red hair, left-handed, just a little off kilter than the Thor that a lot of people know right now. So I can't wait for people to experience
Chris
more of that when the game
Borealis wants to know if
We
this is
also heard the name
PS5 exclusive
Odin
or
in tonight's
PS4 as
trailer.
well.
So
I think God of
I
War
imagine if we're going to
Ragnarok
experience
is on
Ragnarok,
PS4 as well.
Odin's going to have to play a pretty big role here, right?
Definitely. I mean, Odin is the Allfather of all the realms, so he's going to show up when Ragnarok happens. We're very, very happy to have Mr. Richard Schiff come on to play Odin for us. You may know him as Toby from The West Wing. This was one that we never thought was going to happen. It was like kind of a shot in the dark, and he got back to us, and we walked him around the mocap volume, and he was just like, I've never done anything like this before. Let's do it. And so the kind of rest is history. So I can't wait for people to experience that and see how he factors in.
How fun must
It's
it
a very
be to
different
build
take, again,
games of
much
this
like
scale
Thor.
and
He's
reach out
like
to
a
actors of every
old man
level and
who's just
say,
kind of busy with
we're
his
going
own
to change
things
your
and doing
life
whatever
and
he
give you
wants. And,
a new
he
responsibility
doesn't live
that
in a
you've never
castle
done
or
before.
anything like that. So it's again a different take, kind of what we do. We just take what's known and curveball it a little bit and make it special.
We also saw a couple of new characters tonight. So what can you tell us about them?
Are you talking about the little squid? Oh no, you're talking about Tyr, the big guy. Yeah, he's the Norse God of War, and Kratos and Atreus have finally found him. We talked a lot
He's
about him
the
in
Norse
2018,
God of
so
War.
we were like, well, might as well show him to the people.
Wow.
And then the last
Look at
character
that
we saw
guy.
at the trailer, like with the little wink and smile from Angerboda. She's one of the last remaining giants, and her story is pretty amazing and how it fits
Wow,
into the world of God of War. Tyr is being played by Ben Prendergast, who's been completely absorbed in the role, even though he is not a giant as Tyr is. And then Angerboda is being played by Leia de Leon Hayes, who's a complete treasure on set. She's been amazing. Watching her chemistry with the other characters has been amazing, and she's one of the last giants that's living. So we have those characters and a few more, and there's a lot of different monsters you saw in there, and there's been so many talented people at the studio building this trailer and putting it together. I just want to give a shout out to the team. I love you guys. I wish you could be here doing this interview with me. I wish you were all behind me right now at the studio. That would have been completely amazing. And lastly, to our fans, we have a saying at the studio that we are fans of our fans, and I cannot wait to watch all the tweets, the messages.
That's so cool.
The
I like
reaction
this
videos
guy,
that you guys
man. I
put
like
out,
this
and
team.
our team to be able to take that into heart. And just
They
get
built us
excited,
a lot of
hyped,
fun
and,
entertainment.
Use that to push us through to finish the game for you guys. So
It's very
thank you
inspiring.
much.
Look at the God of
Now,
War posters
Corey,
in the
we
background.
haven't heard a whole lot out of you here tonight. So now that we know you're not directing God of War Ragnarok, I was hoping maybe you could give us a little clue about what you may or may not be working on next.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You'd like me to just spill the beans and tell you everything that's going on right now. We're actually doing a bunch of stuff. It's really exciting, all the things that we're doing, and you're tempted to know what is this, but I don't really have anything I can talk about right now specifically, mostly because we're really focused on God of War Ragnarok, that I am incredibly excited that I finally understand that that's what everyone was saying, God of War Ragnarok. I was way off. I was thinking it was something else that they were talking about. I think we'll wait to get any deeper into anything else until later. We'll talk again, Sid.
All right. Well, thank you, Corey, and thank you, Eric. And next up, we have Ryan Treadwell. He's the lead producer at Aspire. And wouldn't you know, just a little while ago, we got the announcement of a remake for Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. So, Ryan, I guess my question is this like a remaster of the
do I
original
cut
game,
everything
or
that I
what's
do?
going on here?
I have been.
It's so much more, Sid.
Yeah, it's all. I've been editing.
This is a complete
I've
remake
been
of
working
this
solo
beloved
since
Star
last
Wars
year,
story.
since basically
For
the
Star
start
Wars
of
Knights of the Republic
COVID.
Remake, we
Out
are
of this space,
rebuilding
this
from
is
the
my
ground
volume.
up while maintaining that integrity of story and character from
So we're not going to see anything
So Ryan,
more on this.
how much of a remake are we talking about here? I mean, is this updating some graphics, adding some higher resolution modes?
The original Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is a true classic and one of our favorite Star Wars stories ever. We want to honor that original story and make it as impactful for players today. In terms of the visuals, we have an opportunity to present this story with a much higher level of fidelity than was possible in the past, while making sure that we're being authentic to what players loved about that original game.
So we know Aspire from bringing classic Star Wars games to modern consoles, but this is a much bigger project than anything the studio's tackled before. So what can you tell me about the team behind the game?
You're absolutely right. While Aspire has enjoyed a great relationship with Lucasfilm Games through our work bringing classic Star Wars games to
This is
new audiences
interesting.
on
They've done a good job with
platforms,
this
project is on a
recap
completely
video here.
different
I
level to
normally
anything we
have shut off by then, but
that's why we knew we
they've
had
done a
to
good job
assemble
producing all
the
this
right
stuff.
team to do this project justice. We've put together a team full of industry veterans from fan favorite RPGs, even including the original Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It has been a really rewarding experience to assemble such a talented team to bring back an epic game. Of course, we're also working closely with the amazing teams at PlayStation and Lucasfilm Games.
So it's a
Together,
PlayStation
we couldn't be
exclusive.
more excited about what we'll be able to show you in the future. All of us are, of course,
Probably on
huge
PC
Star Wars
as well.
fans too. One of the nice parts about building a team to make a big Star Wars game is the ability to instantly bond with all the new people of your
Hope
favorite
so, Red
aspects
Gun.
of Star Wars.
I hope so.
We all have different Star Wars memorabilia behind
Says
us in every call.
Aspire for
and it always
KOTOR
sparks up
sounds
a
like
good
Blue Point
conversation.
for Shadow of the Colossus.
All right,
I
thanks,
hope so.
Ryan. Very exciting stuff, and I'm definitely dying to see more of that one.
Thank you, Sid. It will be some time before we're ready to show more, but we're very excited about being able to reveal more in the future.
All right, and that's it for our show. You can catch up on all the big news on PlayStation.blog and check out all the trailers from tonight's PlayStation Showcase on YouTube.
So, what'd you guys think? That was Wolverine, Spider-Man 2. I am excited as hell. There is some really, really fun stuff headed our way. We don't know when, though. I mean, there's like just a giant question mark over all of this stuff. We know in 2023 we're going to get Spider-Man 2. That was dope as hell. All they had to do was say Wolverine, and I lost it. So. That was fun. That was a very fun day, and I'm gonna actually it's not on, so it's off. Okay, but I'm gonna call it there. I I had a ton of fun doing this with you guys. I hope you did too. It looks like Sony's kind of sticking to its guns on developing, single-player, story-based entertainment. No big shocks, no big, huge reveals there, but God, that was a good time. Yeah, I can't wait to find out who's going to be playing Wolverine. And yes, my vote is for David Hayter. I'll say that, out in public. And I haven't talked to David about that. I know that he's working on the Nun show. What the hell's the Nun show called? On Netflix. He's over in Europe. They're filming the second season of it. But God, he would be great. He would be great. But I trust Insomniac. I think they're going to make us a couple of incredible new Marvel games. Whew. That was super fun. So, good question, Wood. What was the best of the show? We didn't see anything of Wolverine, but that was definitely the most exciting moment. And then to see Insomniac come back and say, yeah, we've also got Spider-Man on the way. So I think that is it. For best of show, it's Insomniac. They're just crushing it. They're, for me right now, they're even more exciting than... and I love Naughty Dog and I love Rocksteady and there's tons of studios around the world that I love, but Insomniac's at the top right now because of how they're killing it making the games that I love to play. Like I have on my PS5, I have Miles and I have Spider-Man Remastered. They're never going to go off of there. Anytime I just want to escape into a game for a little while and just, run around in the world and just have a little bit of fun, if it's 30 minutes or 10 minutes or 2 hours, and I've got space, I'm playing their games. I'm playing Spider-Man and Miles, and even more than Ratchet, and that was what was shocking to me. Like, I really liked Ratchet. I thought it was great, but it was not as effervescent and wonderful and powerful, as escapism as the Spider-Man games have been. So can't wait to see what's going on. Andrew Jones says, fun catching a stream with you, Vic. Been watching you for 10 plus years on your various shows. This was great. Thank you. Thanks for being here, you guys. That was fun, and let's see what Nintendo's got up their sleeves for us. They've got a new console coming soon, so I'm sure they've got an announcement or two that they need to make. That's going to do it for today, though. Thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button if you're not subscribed and the little bell to be notified. Thank you to becoming an EPN member, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until we see you, play forever.